is 5:05 a.m. in the morning, and as always, when I'm up this early in the morning, it usually means that I am going to share an experience with you. Though this experience was very brief, and I don't, sometimes, guys, I don't like sharing these really short experiences because, I never know what you guys are going to think of them. I guess I know that there are those out there that like to hear every experience that I have, but some of these are so brief. However, I wanted to share this one because I wanted to maybe use this as an example of me, I think, making a mistake, a big mistake. Anyway, let me get right into this. So, you guys know the deal. Those of you who have listened to me for a while now and have listened to my videos, in the middle of the night, I'm usually up. I'm working on different things, working on different projects, my Spanish, other things. And I felt like this morning, I think I finally called it quits at, what time was it? It was probably about 4 a.m. in the morning or somewhere around there. I just thought, okay, I'm going to try and get some sleep, try and relax just for a little while until I have to go to work. So closed my eyes, had on storm sounds, the usual stuff. And probably this didn't take long at all. Honestly, it didn't take long at all. I could feel that middle place in about 15 minutes or so. I felt it. And as soon as I felt it, I thought, okay, here we go. And I haven't actually thought that in so long. It's been a while since I said to myself, okay, here we go on another journey. I used to say that a lot in the beginning. This time it was so clear that this was going to be what I figured would be maybe a beyond body, though. This felt like it could have been a combination of different things. This could have been a combination of astral projection and beyond body, but felt more beyond body to me. So I felt in that middle space, I felt myself lift, and then I twisted in the air, and then I took off. I was flying, or I was being drawn somewhere. I was in darkness. And so normally I tell you guys, okay, I fell off the bed and then I went this way, that way. But this was pretty quick. I literally felt myself lift off and then just take off into a direction. And as I was in motion, as I was in darkness, I was thinking of love and just filling myself with love, thinking to myself, wherever I go, I'm not sure where I'm going to go, because with this one, I remember also when I closed my eyes, I thought, okay, guides, people out there that take care of me, beings out there that take care of me, I'm going to leave this up to you. So wherever I was going, that was going to be where they were taking me. Wasn't sure about it. And I think I traveled for a little bit of time, not too long. Not the longest trip I've had, not the shortest trip I had, maybe somewhere in the middle where I was just like traveling through the darkness. And finally, I felt myself land. And it's so interesting. On this particular experience, everything felt so distinct. Like I could feel myself land. I could feel myself lift off. I felt myself land in some place. Wasn't sure where it was. I stood up. And the other interesting thing about this is when I stood up, normally when I get to some place and I'm having either a beyond body experience or an astral projection experience, I don't feel my leg. Like, for those of you who have been listening to my channel for a while now, you know that I had an accident about 6 years ago. And so it's made it so that I have to walk with a cane. And my leg is definitely not in good shape at all. I can't really bend it very much, if any. And so normally when I get to these places, my leg, it works normally. It's fine. Well, for some reason when I stood up in this place, I could feel that my leg was stiff, and that was strange. So that was right off the bat. That was kind of a weird thing. I was still in darkness, and at first what I did, this was so interesting. I jumped up into the air just to see. Even though I felt like my leg was, my leg in the physical, I still wanted to see if I could jump or do anything like that. So I did. I jumped up into the air, and when I jumped, I went way up, and then I touched a roof or a ceiling, I'm sorry, not the roof, and then I came down, and I think I did it again in darkness. And that was interesting too. And then I stopped. I just stood there and I thought, okay, it's dark. I want to be able to see. So I just said, I want to be able to see. Now, for those of you, by the way, I see this question on Reddit. I've seen this astral blindness business. And now I'm giving you an example of when you're in darkness. If you can't see when you astral project, you simply think to yourself, I want to see. And slowly, it may not come instantly, but slowly the darkness will lift, just like the darkness lifted for me. So slowly the darkness lifted, and I saw this place. It was, well, first I saw these beige plush seats, and it was like I started walking toward this area where these beige seats were. I think I saw 2 or 3 spaced out, and I noticed as I walked in that there were cartoon characters drawn on the walls, and I think there were little statues of cartoon. You know what it reminded me of as I walked into this place? White walls, but also with these cartoon characters drawn on. If you ever were in a studio, like a Disney studio or some other studio that made cartoons or something, maybe you would go into this kind of an area and wait. That's the only thing I can really tell you. Maybe like a green room. I know that green rooms are places where people go to wait before they go on a talk show or something. Kind of reminded me of that, or kind of reminded me of if you were to go into a studio or something that, featured animation, you would see drawings of their characters and stuff like that. And that's what this place reminded me of. It really did. So I'm looking around, taking everything in, and down the hall, I see that there's a woman just suddenly appears, and she's approaching me. So I look at her, older lady, short blonde hair. She looked like she could have been in her late 50s, early 60s, perhaps a little older. And she was a little on the heavyset side. She was wearing all white. And the first thought that I had when I saw her was nurse, maybe. Someone that was a nurse. And I thought to myself, interesting. So I said, excuse me, hold on, who are you? She kept walking. I said, stop. Literally, I think I said, stop. She stopped. I said, who are you? And she was just standing there, quiet. And I don't know why, guys. I have no idea why, but I got genuinely nervous about who this lady was. Though I'm certain that she didn't pose a threat to me. I know, I'm sure of it. I'm sure she didn't pose a threat to me. I don't know why I was feeling anxiety about it. I have no idea why. Well, I asked her a couple more times. She honestly, her face, her expression, she just looked like she was impatient and frustrated. And I was like, ugh. Anyways, I asked a couple times and then I lost my grip on this reality, wherever it was, and I came back. But, oh my goodness, guys, please don't do what I do, or please don't do what I did in this situation. I'm not exactly sure. It may have just been that my mood was weird or whatever, but there was no reason for me to have been concerned about this person. Not sure why I was, but you know, yeah, just be aware of those things. You're going to see things if you do astral project. You're going to see different things and you're going to see different beings. And it's important that you stay with an open mind and just remain open to meeting these beings. So, anyway, my mistake. I don't normally do those things. Not sure why I did that. And if this woman can hear me wherever she was, I apologize for acting that way. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.